brown skin.
The dark.
Classic, Meg. Classic as in white people.
We're live. Hey, okay. Welcome back, everybody.
How do we do this again?
I don't know. We're gonna just chit chat, I guess, for the next 30-ish minutes. I sent you a link here.
That thumbnail for the live stream, I love that picture. That's a good picture.
Oh, the one of Oakley eating your ankle?
Trying to bite me.
He looks vicious.
I know. He's a vicious dog.
I actually, maybe I didn't tell you. The other day I have him on that leash outside.
Yeah.
And I hear him barking for like about 2 minutes or so. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I go out there and these people are on the corner of the sidewalk and they're frozen because they think Oakley's about to attack the shit out of them. And I go out there and I'm like, oh, he's leashed. You can't see it. And then, yeah, that was it.
So they just wouldn't move?
They were frozen. They were like, all right, if we don't move, this dog isn't going to do shit.
Oakley.
Yeah.
What a menace.
He's a menace, dude. All he wants to do is hug and lick. He's disgusting. So how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I've been, I think since our last stream, I was a new father. Now I'm a father of 2.
Almost.
Almost.
Is it a person until it comes out?
Well, I guess it depends where you stand on that, but I would say yes.
Asking questions. Sorry. Yeah, I mean you're moving along. Your family is growing. My family has stayed the same size.
Thus far, it hasn't. Do you still have that? The birds?
No.
Yeah, they're long gone. Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. those angry little birds who hated each other. Shouldn't have caged them up. They didn't like it.
I haven't turned on the stream. Is the volume even there?
I heard it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds all right.
Okay. Let's see. What's the first thing we want to talk about? Let me just...
You already said you had your first topic.
Yeah, let me just bring it up. I think it's relevant. It has nothing to do with photography, unless you want to count the 21 journalists that have also been killed in Gaza. But we hit 10,000 deaths today. 4,100 of those people are children.
Good God.
I just want to say that both Mike and I do not support any war, especially this one.
Yeah. I don't like wars generally, but, something like the Ukraine war is complicated, actually complicated, because you got an aggressor, and everyone knows they're the aggressor, and everyone's helping the defend their territory. This one, the aggressor is for some reason allowed to just do whatever they want, and they get a bunch of money for it. So this war is unnecessary and a waste of life. But I think that we should show some clips from your video. Are you able to do that?
Oh, yeah. Why not?
let's cross the streams here and
Let's
not only talk about this horrible war, but let's talk about your coverage of the LA protest.
Yeah, let me talk about it while I pull it up. It was a pretty good turnout. I think the biggest turnout I've seen for something that wasn't Black Lives Matter. So
Mm-hmm.
that was so long ago now.
That was the biggest, one
Like
of the biggest
ever.
protests in the United States, maybe ever.
Yeah, I
But at
think
least it's the civil rights
I
movement.
think so. Um this one was cool because it was, it was it came kind of out of nowhere, right? Like they've been at war for a long time and they are constantly at war.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been pro Palestine marches in LA before, but the news cycle right now is really focused on it. So you got the peeps coming out. You need to be able to put on your Instagram that you were there.
Mm.
You need to show Facebook where you stand, and yeah, it brought
Well,
out a lot of
yes,
people.
some people show Facebook where you stand.
Right,
Right.
right. I don't know. I voiced this to you. I like the marches. I think they're kind of boring to cover no matter what topic it is because there's not much like action other than like people holding signs. And
You want the mayhem?
I mean, if I had my choice, yes, that's the fun stuff. Not
Well,
to
yeah.
say you can't get anything good, but
I mean, if somebody, it's tough because if some people don't want to go to jail, they got jobs and stuff to do. But if somebody feels like they want to throw a rock through the window of a Target, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that.
what's what's Target gonna do?
Target has not made a stance as to whether they support Palestine or not. So
Yeah, no stance from
show 'em how you
Target.
feel about that, I guess. But I get it. Like I don't know that I would be the person to throw a rock through the window. But
But there are people out there that claim to be these people, right?
yeah,
I'm trying to get this stupid thing to work.
so we had that first stream back in a year. We're still getting our sea legs back.
Yeah, I think because we decided to do this kind of impromptu, we don't have any topics, so it's a little bit harder to just talk about what we want. But okay, here's the vid. We can play a little bit of it.
I grew up my whole life hearing stories about a land that I cannot live in.
Can you hear the
because
audio?
I am not Jewish. That is racist. To tell me
Or can I see it?
It didn't swap, huh? I changed scenes.
I mean, I see it on the stream.
Oh, okay.
Can't see it on that. You're doing it in OBS, right? So I don't.
Yeah. I'll just pause it on some of the shots that I really like.
Ooh, do that because my light just went out, so I gotta get a battery. So you can
Okay.
talk.
So I did bring a drone. I haven't brought the drone out in a really long time. But there are a couple shots I have in my bag when I pull it out, so I know exactly what I'm gonna get. This one, the top down, was my opening shot. I think I always try to open with a drone shot, especially at a march, because there's so much going on. And you want to show how big the actual march is. Yeah, there was a shot here. It would have been better if I could have gotten this. There was a big Palestinian flag they were taking and or bringing along. If I had gotten that with this, it would have been an extremely better shot. Actually, Mike,
Catch me up. What did you say? You got going with this?
let me screen share this to you, Mike. So then, if you go to the video ninja, you might be able to see it better.
I see it.
Okay. I was saying, so this opening shot, like a top down to kind of show how big the protest is like a classic shot.
This is a good one, yeah. The
But
top down is one of my favorite uses of the drone.
I think it's one of the best ways for sure. I was saying if I had gotten this flag top down, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been much better, especially as an opening shot.
Looks good. I mean, I think that looks good too. So.
Yeah, the problem. Okay, so this is a little tinfoil hat for all you people.
Can't wait.
My drone, it was getting stopped at a certain spot on the street, so I couldn't actually fly it. All the shots that I got are like from this like one block, and the drone wouldn't fly.
Are there a lot of tall buildings there?
There is.
Like, it could be that they were blocking you, but also, I have a lot of trouble flying my drone downtown.
It just doesn't go where you want it.
It just gets confused. Actually, I was flying it downtown the last time I flew it, and I was doing these shots. I was on the rooftop of a building, and we were doing like a party, and so I was doing these shots of the party, and it just fucking all out of nowhere just shot towards the lake. It just like I couldn't see it anymore, and it was gone. And I was like, okay, well, I think I just lost my drone. And then like a minute later, it just came back and then landed.
That's insane.
But I was like, okay, I guess it's gone because I can't control it anymore, and it just like is out of sight now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the building.
That must be it.
My radio, but I don't know.
It's
I don't know if that's right.
Oh, there's so much like radio waves in the air right there.
Right.
So yeah, you're probably right. It was very frustrating because I just couldn't get the perfect shots, but
right.
I still got good ones.
Which drone do you have?
It's the Air 2.
Okay, so it's just the next one after the one that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's fine. The footage doesn't look any different, I don't think.
It's probably a little better in dark. I remember ours was.
I mean,
it's like shit.
I never shoot it in the dark.
Right,
it's like, what are we gonna do? Okay, let's see. I also did something different. I was shooting in 60, which I don't usually do a lot.
Rather than what, 120 or rather than
right. Rather than 120 for the slow-mo, and then I did shoot at 24 for a lot of it for just like the cinematic look. But yeah, this is like one of the first times I shot in like 60 to do the slow-mo. It's definitely slow enough. I just wanted the 4K.
Yeah, I agree. I actually prefer 60. I feel like unless you're doing something like somebody's doing something really crazy like surfing or like something really fast.
Right.
If it's regular things like people chanting and walking and whatever, I feel like 60s all you need is that little bit of slowdown.
Yeah, and we didn't have any ideas really. We started with like the classic like portraits where I would just like pan out like this. And I usually do that with the 120, and it's like really dramatic. But the 60 works. I wasn't sure. Let's see. Let's see another shot that I really like. I like this one of this old lady. See after this. I mean, she probably lived in Palestine at some point, you know. Thinking about all the fucking family members she's lost.
Probably
Now she's in LA just marching. I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
Probably doesn't even know how many she lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Of course, the kids. This girl was in the front the whole time. She was she had a lot of pictures taken of her, I'm sure. Probably like 1,000.
I love when that shot right there. You get that light.
Oh yeah,
It's
that light
probably
is.
reflecting off of a building. Looks really good on her face.
Yeah, there's a couple shots. Like a lot of it was in shadow, which you know for Fuji is kind of shitty. It's not the best. I don't know. What do you think of that? Like for me, I would rather have some kind of light versus like I don't know. As an old Canon shooter, everything was like, all right, in flat light as much as possible.
Yeah, we've talked about that. And, you know, like, I remember getting the Fuji and going into it having the idea, which I had because I had shot mostly Canon, but other things like Sony. And I had the idea that, like, a cloudy day is a great day to shoot. Because a lot of the stuff looked really good when I would shoot on cloudy days with a Canon or a Sony or whatever I was using. I think I used, like, back then, before I got the Fuji, I had, like, a JVC I was using that was a rental from my school. Anyway, these all looked good in cloudy days, and I always had this idea like, oh, cloudy day shots are great. I feel like there may be like a profile that works great for cloudy days, and we should like consider that, but most of the time, I don't like what Fuji looks like in cloudy days. It looks boring on cloudy days.
I think there's somebody mowing my lawn. Be right back.
Well, to continue, I think that I think there must be a profile that works well with it, and maybe it's even, you know, different.
The gardener comes on such random days. I never know when he comes.
So is he gardening?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think
For me, Fuji needs light. Like this shot right here. This is a cool shot, but it's so flat.
I mean, it looks good though.
Do you think it's because Fuji renders? I never had to know how to put this in words, but like it renders what you see, right? So in shadow, like the flatness is it just looks not contrasty enough or something.
Yeah, I mean, it just likes contrast. But what I was just saying before you came back is I think there must be a color profile that would work well with low. And like Eterna technically is good for low contrast, but it likes high contrast even though it's a low contrast profile. You know? Like it looks good with really high contrast.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that one day. Like maybe me and you can go out and each shoot like shadows only or in the shade only and see if we can come up with something. And again, I agree it doesn't look bad, but it's not I don't know, like this one, like you said.
I think the Eterna looks awesome no matter what you do, but one thing I was gonna say is your drone shots look a lot less saturated than your
yeah.
other
I might have
shots.
forgot to put the color profile on that one. Okay, these shots. I mean, these are just nothing great. This is my favorite shot. I'll do my favorite shot. We can move on. This guy.
This guy's pretty good. Look at that beautiful beard.
If you watch this video, he's so unbelievably sharp. I don't know what it was, but
So what lens did you use this whole time?
This is my 28 f2.
So you're not using any autofocus Fuji lenses for this stuff?
No, I would never.
It's funny.
I mean, maybe if I was like on a gimbal, but I saw some people on the gimbal there. I'm like, dude, that's too much shit.
What? Yeah, but you just put on the eye autofocus and then it keeps him in focus. Well, unless it picks up the eye back in the background there.
There's over 10,000 eyeballs in one shot.
No, but you just put the eyeball autofocus on and it'll get it. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be really good, especially when it like searches. That's really good.
Yeah, my favorite. Like, so I'm using it right now. Let's see what happens when I put my hand in front of my face. Let's see. Oh, the background's in focus.
Oh no. Yeah.
So dumb.
I would rather it be a fuck up on my part than the camera's part, right?
Yeah.
I can live with being like, I missed the shot versus like, fuck, the camera didn't get the shot. Like,
and when you mess up a shot, you can get it back.
oh, right.
In a way that doesn't look stupid. Like, you can slowly come back in focus. You can
True.
do whatever you want. Whereas with the camera, it's like confused, and then you're just like, well, I can do. I can't do anything.
Also, okay, maybe you know, is there a setting for like how fast it comes into focus?
Yeah, you can tweak that stuff. It has a tracking speed and a there's another speed, like a linear curve. You can do a different curve on it, like where it'll go fast and then slow.
Okay.
So there is a lot of tweaking. The problem is that if it's not doing what you want and you aren't ready, because you can set it up too to where, like, if you turn the focus wheel, it'll take over. So it'll stop the autofocus and it'll just let you start working. I think it's called, is it called manual override or something? I forget. It's like there's a setting where it'll do autofocus until you touch the focus ring, and then it'll jump to manual focus, and then you have to tell it to go back to autofocus again.
Okay.
Which could be useful again, but it's just easier. I mean,
It's just
better.
easier.
Just fucking do the focus yourself. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy.
Is it?
Do it yourself.
I mean, we're older, right? We're older now. Yeah, we're on the back end.
We
almost.
didn't have autofocus when we were younger, though.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, is it a product of us being older and just, you know, when the first mirrorless, or not even mirrorless, the first DSLRs came out, you know, on Canon, you weren't gonna autofocus with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is somewhat that we're just used to it, but like, I also just think it's better to have control over what you have in focus and not, and unless you literally have no way of doing the focus because you're on a gimbal or,
Yeah.
and if you're on a gimbal, I mean, if you do gimbal a lot, you should get a wireless follow focus that you can put on the gimbal handle, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm using one of those now because I'm shooting a film right now, and I use one of those wireless ones. I bought one for the film, and I mean, it's just amazing. Like, they work really well now, and they're not that expensive. So
It's crazy to think that it's wireless. That's so
yeah, I'm
good.
standing like 20, 30 feet away using a different monitor. Just, my buddy's on the camera doing the camera, and I'm just over here going, it's amazing.
It's
like,
fun.
It's
So fun.
much fun, and it's there's no reason why. Like, you know, I think I bought this one for $200. You know, it's
nothing.
It's not expensive. Small Rig is making crazy good shit for cheap because they're Chinese.
China #1.
And they can, but their follow focus, their fizz, I think it's called the Magic Fizz, is really good. So check it
Now
out.
that you have that, would you mount it?
What do you mean? Mount it
on
on?
the-
No.
If I was doing
both,
I'm
I'm gonna do because I don't want to worry about another battery if I don't need to.
Oh, true.
I don't want to have to bother with that. I don't want to. So I would. I like. I would. I like the. I have a manual follow focus. That's not wireless. Follow focus. That's not wireless. That I really like. But if I'm doing, gimbal, if I was putting it on a gimbal, for sure put that on the handle of the gimbal, and when I'm doing the camera op, and I'll follow the focus person, then I would obviously prefer it for that.
Yeah, that's better.
And the nice thing is I just bought a second motor so that I can do both the zoom and the focus at the same time. So things are getting wild.
Yeah, we could talk about this too, like a full thing, but like it is a skill, right? So you don't just be like, hey, I understand how to focus shit while I'm filming. It's something that you have to learn. Because I think like innately I feel like I can do it, right? And, like
you're very good at it.
Well, it's funny. Like I didn't
people who are bad at it. So I have a feeling it's your penchant for video games, but I don't know if that's right.
My motor skills have a lot to do with video games. I mean, growing up playing it all the time, it's true.
And
I have a buddy.
What you're doing is similar to a video game, right? You're watching a screen and you're manipulating what's going on the screen with your hands, and you understand that it can't be too jerky. It has to look nice and smooth. It has to be, if you're going to go from one subject to another, it needs to be a smooth transition. So I don't know. It's a skill. I mean, I've seen people who don't know how to do it. I've seen people who, like, if you miss focus and you're the focus puller, you can't like try to jerk back into focus. You can be like, oh God, where's the focus? You know, you got to like, okay, you got to go to yourself. Okay, I'm a little past. So I'm going to slowly come back until I feel like I'm getting into focus. People, I've seen people do it where they're like, oh, I went past. Oh no, I went the other way. Oh no. Oh, no.
Zoom.
Yeah, and it's like, you're just.
That looks like shit.
Shot. You're ruining the shot. Whereas like every shot, even if you miss focus a little bit, when you're doing takes on set, that take could be useful whether you missed the focus in the beginning of the take or not. So you should try to salvage the take the best you can.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I always do that too for like interviews sometimes. If there's like a little pause, I'll like go out of focus and go in focus because I can, with my sight, I'm like, okay, it's back in focus.
Right. Yeah, I use sometimes, but most of the time, all I need is to see what it looks like out of focus, and what it looks like in focus, and then I've got my calibration or whatever. You got to practice too. I mean, I feel like I used a lot of manual lenses back when I was shooting Sony. I forgot about this. I used to shoot photos, but I had no Sony lenses. I had 0 Sony lenses. I refused to buy one. So I only bought
G Masters.
No, I had none. They were too expensive. They're so crazy expensive. So I had the kit lens, but I never used it. So I had these Canon FD lenses that I was using for video, but I didn't have anything for photos. So I was like, I'll just use these for photo. So I was manual focusing all my photos.
That's insane.
Until I got the Fuji.
Yeah,
and I remember, if you remember, I didn't even know how to use autofocus on a photo camera at all. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I was like, what is continuous autofocus? I had no idea. So that's how I got the skill. But I don't know if you were shooting a lot of manual photos. I think that can help. That can help get better if you want to get better at it.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Like practicing photo manual focus is a good way to do it without having to shoot loads of video for no reason.
And manual focus. And manual focus, it gives you more understanding of how depth of field works. What it means to have a open aperture and really open aperture and really thin depth of field as opposed to wide depth of field. I feel like you learn that stuff more hands-on and you start to understand technical aspects of it because you're doing it. You're literally manipulating rather than going focus.
Touch my. Okay, that one. This one.
Focus.
This I hate the trash. I'm sure it's fine, but like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a different way of shooting. I don't understand it. I guess
I
that's
don't
it.
either.
I just don't
I don't
understand it. I mean, my iPhone, of course, does the autofocus really good, but that's not for work or like art. It's just
Well, it could be now. One thing we could talk about is that you see that new Black Magic app for the iPhone.
no, I haven't seen it.
You can shoot Black Magic B-raw on the iPhone
You could
to
shoot
match your
your
Black
big
Magic
boy.
camera.
It has had ProRes for a while.
Yeah,
They shot their whole commercial or whatever on the iPhone.
the iPhone commercial. Yeah.
Yeah. But what they don't talk about is like how rigged up and like the $1 million worth of lights and like I mean,
And how it still kind of looks like a cell phone, even after all that.
no, you don't get it, dude. You don't get it. You obviously don't get it. Yeah, it's an interesting time we're in. I still think it's kind of like film photos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Manual focus is that old school style.
It's
you know?
true.
You kind of
But
separate yourself.
There's still merit to it as opposed to like I mean, there's merit to film too, but not as a. I feel like if you're doing film as a professional, that's like your thing. Like
Yes.
it's because I do film.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think manual focus, I could do a John Henry against a autofocus camera. Me versus the autofocus. I think I could win.
If somebody in chat, Anthony again.
He's back, baby.
He was the one guy last time we came on. We're working out the kinks. He said there's echo too on his end sometimes, but sometimes it goes away. He called us gods. Look at that.
Don't do
YouTube goats.
that. Nice. Greatest of all times.
That's nice.
I don't think that's true.
That's nice.
Thank you though. I appreciate it. The echo sucks. We'll have to figure that out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's got to be a setting on my end.
Let me open it up and play it. Let me see if I can hear it.
Yeah, I guess that's it. What we got? What time? How long have we been on? 32?
Yeah, what should we do next? What should we talk about?
We'll probably talk about one more thing. What's up with your camera gear right now? What are you using?
So I've got similar to what I had last time, I think, still. But I've got a new lens. Did we talk about the new lens, or did I just show you the new lens?
Bro, we haven't been on in a year. Okay. Let me let this cat out of the bag. Me and Mike have been playing video games and talking about camera gear for the last like 6 months.
Maybe we should be playing video games right now.
I don't think like think about how much more streaming stuff you would have to connect to get both of our.
Hold on, there's a guy coming. In our base. Hold on.
Birds.
Birds. Hold on, I'm gonna get the lens.
Yeah, Mike has upgraded his cinema cam. Dude, that thing looks amazing.
So I'm shooting a feature film right now. And for the film, we bought the Laowa 28 to 75 2.8.
Okay, wait. Give the little background on what happened prior to purchasing the Laowa.
Oh yeah, so I bought the series. How do you say it?
Siri?
Can you say it?
Siri.
That company, they make a lot of those cheapo anamorphic lenses, although all the companies are making cheapo anamorphic lenses now. So they were like the first though. I remember they had a Kickstarter a number of years ago for like a set of anamorphic full frame lenses. But they have a 28 to 80, I think, 2.9, and it's a zoom lens. It's really well made. It looks really nice. The image looks really great. The problem is it's like 6 pounds. Yeah, get that zoom. Get that zoom. There it is. 28 to 85. So it's got a little bit longer range than this one, which is cool. Oh God, it's cheap as shit.
Right now?
That's the one I returned.
How much was it before?
I bought it for $3,000 and then returned it and got all my money back. Now it's $1,800.
I think because they can't sell any.
That's because this lens
this
is
is used.
$3,000 and it weighs 2 pounds.
This is used. This is used.
I bought mine used.
Okay.
I bought it used. It's the same one. They just lowered the price because they can't sell it.
Because people buy it and they're like, holy crap. 6 pounds? That's too much.
Yeah, I bought this one for $3,000 new the day it came out. That one was $3,000 used.
Oh, that's right. You bought it, and then like we were literally talking about it, and you're like, "What the fuck? Wow, is that?"
This lens just came out, and it's the same lens but cheaper, but weighs less. Anyway, so this is like manageable. When I had that lens on this rig, I couldn't hold it. I couldn't even carry it. It was too heavy. It was too heavy. So, ooh, minor surface. Minor surface. Is that me? Did I do that? Is that me? Did I do that?
Whoops. No.
Whoops.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that lens? What's good about it? Why did you get it?
So we're shooting, and we don't have a ton of time. We don't have a ton of time. We're a little, our schedule's tight. Our schedule's tight on this feature because our budget's not huge. So this lens will save us time. I have a set of prime lenses, Zeiss prime lenses that I typically use. And just switching lenses takes time, and trying to figure out which lens you want to use for the scene takes time. And right here, all I have to do is go, oh, I want to be at 28 millimeters. Okay. Oh, I want to be at 75 millimeters. Okay, we're done. So it's just super quick to change the zoom, and it looks great. It's sharp. It's not too sharp. It's not clinically sharp, but it's sharp enough. It's 2.9 or 2.8, which is not super fast, but I mean, I'm using lights. We're shooting a movie, so
You're gonna be lighting shit.
yeah, we're lighting shit. Often I have to put ND on. I mean, we were shooting a scene at night. I had one light up, which was by the way, I don't know if you've ever used the Aperture 600X,
No.
but that light is so fucking bright.
I rented one of those. It was like a $400 one, and I like turn it on. I was like blinding people across the room.
I know, it's insane. I turned it up all the way, and we were in like a dark alley, and I put on, it was on batteries, and I turned it on, it was on 100. It was like, it had a softbox on it too, and it was like the brightest fucking light ever. I had to turn it down. I used it at, I think 3%.
Come on.
I literally like 3 or 5%, and it was like plenty of light.
That's insane.
Didn't need that light's insane. I'm like,
and you're on the 2.9, you said? 2.8?
2.9, 8.
2.8.
2.8.
Yeah.
I was at 400 ISO, and 5-10% was plenty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. Anyway, I love that light. But yeah, this lens is great. It's everything I need for this shoot. We had a budget to rent a zoom lens that was like gonna be like the same price as buying this one. This one's $3,000. So I was like,
boom,
okay, just buy this thing.
There you have it.
Now it's ours.
Yeah, look at that thing. Dude, that rig is so tight.
We got a bunch of V-mount batteries from a guy I know who works for Corswix.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shout out Corswix for him.
Corswix, everybody. Is that corswix.com?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably go on.
Probably. He gave us like 10 batteries for this shoot, just if we take some behind the scenes pictures with it. So
fucking
Easy.
amazing. This thing runs the wireless, the monitor, the
Yeah, that's
camera.
nice.
It ran it for 8 hours, and I don't think
That's
it
so
even ran out.
nice.
Let's see
Yeah,
what the-
I
we're
bought a
at one.
battery for my rig, but it wasn't big enough to run the monitor and the camera, which was annoying.
Hey, do you do V mount?
Yeah, it was a V mount.
Yeah. I don't know what this one was perfect. This one ran it for like 8 hours and it didn't even run
Yeah,
out.
that's
so
nice.
I was like, V mount's great. I used to use MPF. Those are too tiny. But
Those are
anyway,
the
this lens
Sony
is
ones.
amazing. And I got this matte box for it. I don't love the matte box, but it works. It's
Is
super
that the
light.
small rig one?
Yeah, small rig, like super lightweight one.
I had that on mine, but my cinema lenses have the barrel comes out a little bit when it focuses,
Yeah.
and it's like on the threads, right? I'm like, I don't really want to
You
put
don't want it
weight.
to, like-
I don't want to put weight on the fucking front of the lens.
Right. I got weight on the front of this lens, but I also have a lens support.
Yeah, that's good.
The
That's
lens
better.
support right there, so it doesn't really matter.
What camera is that?
It's the Blackmagic Pocket 4K.
It's
Can
awesome.
you see it in there? Yeah, there
No.
it is. It's in there somewhere.
It's completely hidden by all the other stuff you have to buy.
Yeah, that's the problem. The camera is useless on its
Right.
own.
And that's why Fuji, we've been saying this for 4 years. Just build a box. Just a box.
Make the box.
Just make the box.
camera.
Put the insides in.
Can
we
I
don't even
replace
need the
this with
screen.
box? Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, this camera is. I do love this camera, but you do have to trick it out in order to use it. So
That's
but I
part of
love
the
it
fun,
because
though,
it's-
right?
I mean, I love building rigs. It's
Yeah,
my favorite thing. But I have so much gear that I've bought to build rigs that I don't use anymore because I've done different iterations of this rig. So it's like kind of a waste of money. But
What is all this shit? Yeah, all the rods.
there's like
all
a
the
box
fucking
of
doodads.
Yeah. But it's nice. I like it now. I got it set up the way I like it. It fucking works really, really well. It's super simple. The footage looks great. It's raw. It shoots raw, but the footage isn't like 1,000 fucking gigabytes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's just like usable. And I bought this glimmer glass, dude.
Ooh. Is
You
that
ever
like
use
a black
glimmer glass?
mist?
Sort of like black mist, but they call it glimmer glass. It's like it just like blooms the lights a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and softens the skin a little bit. Sort of same thing a black mist does.
I had a black mist on for a while. And then I was
I like
like,
it. But shooting
yeah, I
film,
like it too.
Anytime you have lights that are like hot in the scene, you know how they kind of sometimes look like shit because they're like super bright, like I don't know, like a street light or something.
Mm-hmm.
This just blooms it just a little, just gives it that little bit of bloom.
A little softness.
It's awesome. Hold on, maybe I could just show you. One second.
Glimmer glass. Is that just at a different company than Tiffin?
I don't know actually. Maybe. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, yeah,
see
it's
that
also-
light behind me?
Oh,
See
yeah,
that light
yeah,
behind
yeah.
me?
Oh, just a little.
Just a little bit of a bloom.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it softens my skin and beard and stuff a little bit, right? The sharpness.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it looks great. I think it looks really cinematic, especially for like a narrative.
Hell yeah.
shooting.
I like that you have the fucking full 4x6 or whatever that size
Yeah,
filter is.
5 point something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I started going with filtered.
The twist does
Square.
not work, dude.
Circular, yeah.
My Zoomy finally snapped off and the magnets like exploded off. So I'm done with that shit. That's why they stopped making that.
I loved it, but yeah, they break. I broke a couple of mine. I use it for my
makes no
Fuji lenses
sense.
still, the little tiny ones.
Why would they break? It's just magnets in between metal.
I don't know. That's probably why they stopped making it.
Yeah.
I think Freewell makes some now, but I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Yeah. It's
Too
annoying.
expensive.
It's too expensive. I'm
It
not
was
trying
nice
to-
though. It was fun to be able to just fucking go like.
Boop. Sometimes though it didn't fit right in. I've dropped my filter 1,000
Oh
times.
no!
Yeah.
Is that how it broke?
I don't know how it broke, dude. It was just like it popped off, which it always pops off, and then I looked on the ground and the one attached to the lens was gone.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Which doesn't make any sense because it's screwed on. So
Yeah, this
the fuck?
must have broken half.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it did. The glue was like
Lala also makes a 75 to 120 or something, 180.
a little wider. Oh no, the long end.
The telephoto one. Yeah, I have an 18 millimeter in case I need to go wider than 28 because 28 is not super duper wide, but
Yeah.
um,
I mean, what's the look of this?
it's wide enough.
With this film, do you need those
Super wide shots. I mean, we have a couple establishing shots that have been a little bit difficult with the 28, but you know, I just move back,
Yeah,
move
smart.
down the street.
No, you need to buy a new lens. Actually, moving back, it's not the way to go.
I've got the 18 if I have to, but the 18 is also a 3.5, so it's not even that amazing. So I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm not using the Fuji on the film because I don't know. You know my problems with the Fuji.
I don't trust the Fuji to run like long. I don't know. I still have that fear.
I don't trust it with the fucking monitor cable.
Yeah, that too. There's a couple things.
It still does it when you pull the monitor cable while it's recording. It'll stop recording.
It's frustrating.
I can't do that. If my monitor dies during a take, I'm fucked. So I'm not doing that. Sorry, Fuji. Fix it.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of topics we can bring up, but we wanted to run a test run, see if it didn't take. Okay, so the last time we live streamed, in the very beginning, we say it took us 45 minutes to get up and run. This time not so
the
much.
VDO Ninja is the fix, yeah.
It's funny because I found this after that one, and I was like, "How do I make this easier for us?" And then I still remembered it. So this is that. I guess the only thing is this echo I gotta figure out, but
I don't hear it on the stream.
that's good. I don't know.
No, I hear it a little bit. It's on both of us a little bit.
That's weird. It must be recording two versions of the audio. Oh, you know what? Let me try this.
It's like really slight too. It's like you can barely detect it.
Let me try this. What if I turn down this?
Coming straight to me. So.
We'll figure it out. Okay, so every Monday, this is gonna be our day.
We're gonna do it
right around 10:30 for an hour.
10:30 PST.
PST. 11:30.
12:30.
Mountain Time.
CST. Central Time.
Central Time.
I'm in Central.
I just forget that there's a difference between the Central and then that little sliver mountain.
Mountains.
Yeah.
And then there's the California.
The California time.
I love that you are 2 hours behind me because I get up late and don't want to get up early. So it's perfect.
Yeah, it's good actually. I've already been up, made breakfast, took my kid to school, come back, walk the damn dog.
And I'm like, good morning.
Yeah, so every Monday, hopefully from now on till we're dead.
And hey, if you want us to talk about some stuff, put it in the comments.
There you go.
If what video games are you playing? Let us know. We're playing. What are we playing? We're playing Showdown. We play a lot of Showdown.
We were playing the finals, but they decided to take it away, just like Dark and Darker. But I don't think. What?
Dark and Darker's back.
We might have to get back in the Dark and Darker.
I was just gonna say that.
Dark and Darker, maybe tonight.
I was just gonna say that. but I don't want to spend $30.
Okay, if you like our streams, send us $60 and we'll start a Twitch channel and you can watch us play video games.
And also
And
probably
talk-
talk about camera gear.
We can talk about more stuff.
Right.
I guess we should talk about Twitch too. I don't know. Maybe we should do Twitch instead. I don't know if there's a difference.
Should we do Twitch instead of
the tube?
instead of YouTube? Maybe.
I don't know.
Twitch is like Amazon though.
Yeah. I don't know anything about streaming.
They're both fucking evil, so I don't know.
They're both evil.
I don't know.
Just like Israel. Okay, bye.